Good evening, humans. Tonight I have a scary cryptid story from Wisconsin based on true events. Here is the story. The Lake Pepin Serpent, Pepie. I grew up hearing about Pepie the way most Minnesota kids do. A fun lake monster legend the adults laughed about over bonfires. Old fishermen swore they saw a giant serpentine shadow gliding beneath their boats. Tourists bought "I saw Pepie" shirts, but nobody really believed. Not till the night Lake Pepin went quiet. Not until I learned what waits beneath the surface. Not until I realized the stories don't even come close. I was working part-time at the marina that summer, saving up for college. My boss, Ron, has this old wooden tour boat he liked to take out for sunset cruises. Nothing fancy, mostly just families, couples, a few fishermen with too much beer and too little patience. But one night a group of cryptid hunters showed up. 5 of them, expensive gear, night vision, drones, hydrophones. One guy even brought thermal binoculars. Ron rolled his eyes, but money's money. They wanted a night ride, 2 a.m., no lights, deep water only. "You're coming," Ron told me. "I'm not babysitting these Bigfoot wannabes alone." I didn't want to, but I didn't have a choice. We set off just after 1:45 a.m., moon low, fog drifting low over the lake in long, thin sheets. The water was unusually still. No waves, no wind, not even bugs. "Bad sign," Ron murmured. "Water this calm means something big's moving down there." The hunters perked up immediately. They started dropping equipment into the water. Mics, cameras, lines. One of them, a tall woman with short black hair, held up a tablet showing sonar data. Depth at 60 feet, bottom 69 degrees, no large movement yet. Another guy, older, wearing glasses thick as bottle bottoms, leaned over the rail. "This lake has secrets," he said softly. "Pepie isn't just a fish or a snake, it's older than the river itself." Before I could ask what he meant, the sonar pinged. A large shape appeared, then another, then the screen went black. Static. Even device on board shut off at once. Lights, engine, GPS, everything. We were floating blind. "Relax," Ron said, tapping the ignition. "Boat's old, happens all the time." A deep, heavy thud struck the hull. Everyone froze. Something massive had hit us from below. Another thud, stronger. The boat rocked violently. The woman with the tablet screamed. Something circling us. I leaned over the side. The water was too dark to see, but I could feel movement. A current flowing against the direction of the wind. Fast. Then a long, dark shape passed just under the surface, longer than our boat. Thicker than a tree trunk. Pepie. I stepped back, heart hammering so hard I thought the others could hear it, but they were too focused on the water. The sonar powered back on for a moment, long enough to show a shape rising from below. Huge, serpentine, coiling upward. Then it disappeared again. The boat lurched forward, sideways, so suddenly Ron fell against the console. "Everyone get to the center," he shouted. "It's trying to flip us." The hunters scrambled toward the middle. One of them, a young guy with a beard and a GoPro strapped to his chest, slipped on the wet deck. Before I could grab him, something rose out of the water beside the boat. A long, slick neck, pale, scaled, glistening, ending in a head shaped like a crocodile but narrower, with ridges along the jaw. The creature turned towards the falling man, and its eyes opened, large, amber, cold. Pepie wasn't a myth. It was a predator. The hunter screamed and kicked backward, scrambling away. as the serpent lunged, jaws snapping shut just inches from his leg. Force shock and the entire boat. Ron grabbed the flare gun from the emergency kit and fired it towards the creature's head. The flare hit the water beside it, exploding in a blinding red flash. Pepie recoiled, slamming its tail against the hull. The boat spun, equipment flew into the lake. One of the hunters nearly went overboard but caught a reel in at last second. Creature dove beneath the surface, disappearing into the black. The water went still again. Quiet. Too quiet. It's gone. Someone whispered. Ron shook his head slowly. No, it's lining up for another hit. As if on cue, the water around the boat began to swirl, slow at first, then faster, forming a whirlpool that dragged the water towards the center. Cut the anchor, Ron yelled. We're not anchored, I screamed back. The whirlpool tightened. A massive shadow rose beneath us. Pepie, it wasn't alone. I saw two shapes circling under the surface now, long, twisting silhouettes moving in tandem. Not one creature, a pair, maybe a nest, maybe hunting partners. Or worse, a mother and something protecting its territory. Ron, I shouted, start the engine. I'm trying. Pepie broke the surface behind us, massive body arcing upward, water cascading off its back. It slammed down with a splash so loud it stunned my ears. The boat dipped dangerously low. If it hit us like that again, we'll be underwater. The hunters huddled together, screaming, praying, shouting instructions at Ron. Then, the engine turned over, a sputter, a roar. Ron hit the throttle so hard the deck jumped under our feet. The boat lurched forward, barely escaping the spiral of the whirlpool. Behind us, Pepie dove, the water erupting as the second serpent followed. We sped across the lake, the engine screaming, the bow rising and slamming down against the waves. The hunters held on for their lives. Only when we reached the glow of the distant marina lights did the water finally calm. Pepie didn't follow, and I swear I saw one last shadow sneak beneath the surface, slow and deliberate, like it was watching us return to shore, like it knew we'd talk. We didn't dock until sunrise. None of us slept. The hunters left without saying a word. Ron shut down the tour boat for a season and never opened it again. And me, I still work at the marina, but I don't go near the water at night, because every now and then on still evenings I hear strange noises, a deep splash, long low hits, ripples forming when the lake should be perfectly calm. People still come for the legend of Pepie. They laugh, they take pictures with the statue, they tell their kids it's just a fun story, but I know better. Pepie is real. And the lake is its home, and sometimes when the bog rolls in thick and heavy, it comes back to the surface. Did you find that creepy? If you did, like and subscribe. Have a scary night and spooky nightmares.